We might as well drop a mock draft. We're talking category leagues, head-to-head. It's 14 teams, and it is drafting from the one slot, Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd, and I am the personal physician to the stars. I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and we're here ready to go and talk about a mock draft. Yes, that's what it is. It's 14 teams. It's 9 categories. We're doing a mock draft. I am doing something which I did once last year, and I do think it's something we need to investigate. And I know there's going to be someone who, probably 2 people actually, that will do this and will come in and go, oh, you never need to do reversals. That's soft. Leagues can be won from any draft position, and it's anti-competitive, and it's nonsense. Cool. You're wrong, but that's okay. What I am doing is something, again, that I did last season, not third round reversal. I'm doing all round reversal. So what do I mean by that? I mean by me, I'm going to pick at number 1, shout out to Jokic, and then I'm picking last in every other round. Because I believe, through research that I've done to show this, that actually gives you the easiest and fairest spread of opportunities at value through a draft. Third round reversal helps. Absolutely, given the imbalances at the top versus other parts of the first round. But in order to actually create a larger or a more even playing field, if you do all round reversal, which I am, you get a better spread, a better equal playing field to begin. Now, once the season begins, the equal playing field is done because injuries and skill start to take over. But we don't want significant disadvantages through a draft, which is an often arbitrary positioning of people in that order, and an idea that snake is the way that you have to do it. Yes, auction is fairer. I know this. I know. And I will be doing auction mock drafts. The difference is they take 2 to 2.5 hours. And some people don't want to do that. And 90% of leagues are still snake drafts. They shouldn't be. I agree with you. Yes, I do. But it's a reality. We'll come back and we'll get into this draft in a sec. But I'm going to tell you that today's episode, it is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. So when you're ready to fuel up and turn it up, you got 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. The grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. It's perfect for sinking birdies and making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. So when you're out on the course, or maybe you just need that little extra push to power through your day, 5 Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor that you love without ever leaving the green. You would have had stories on the golf course if you play golf, or you've had stories in doing something else that required that little energy shot, that transfusion, so to speak. So think about what those are, and think about how much better it could have been if you just gave yourself that little bit of a boost that comes from 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5 Hour Energy Transfusion gives the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for 2 to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. That's 5, the number 5, hewin.com. So I just stumbled over my words. For full rules and entry, no purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament. Ends October 31st, 2025. All right, so we'll get into this draft room and just... Yeah, yesterday you check out the show, the top 25 that I did for ESPN, Yahoo Points Leagues, head-to-head category leagues, and roto leagues. And after taking into consideration feedback from Reddit, I've moved Josh Giddey down to be the 50th ranked player. So yeah, you guys, you got me. I moved him down. Too much Australian bias there. So yeah, I haven't. But let's get into this draft and see how it goes. All right, you didn't see this, but we had an issue the first time around on the draft. So hopefully this one works okay. Let's go into the draft room. I am picking at number 1, but it is all-round reversal, meaning my next picks after that will be 28, and then we'll come in at 42, and then we'll come in at, 56 after that? Yeah, and then 70, and then 84. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully, we don't get the crashing that we had in the last time, and I don't know what happened, or people not showing up, or whatever was going on. But you never know. You never know, do ya? All right, we are getting ready to go. I am picking at number 1. So I will be taking Jokic, and let's just hope that everyone is here and ready to go. 2 minutes to go. Oh, you have to sit through the 2 minutes. All right, we're 30 seconds now, ready to go. Again, we are all very, very hopeful that there are no issues that plagued the draft that you didn't see that happened before. We're hopeful of that. But again, there's flexibility in being able to adjust this, and I just hope that that extends through this draft and we don't get problems. But I'm going to take Jokic at number 1. And then again, I'm not even going to think about what I'm doing for my next pick at number 28 because it's just so far away and so many things happen and change in that time. We're ready to go, yeah. Let's go. Starting now. Fingers crossed. No silliness. Not looking good. Come on. What am I going to do? What am I doing here? All right. I'm drafting Jokic. All right, it worked. Although the screen's not updating. What are we actually doing here? Guys, not guys. It's not even guys. It's what is this site doing? Fantrax, my guys. All right, now we're back in business. We just got a timer expired. Let's undo that. I just want stuff to work. Quando, you are up. All-round reversal. Let's go. Come on. I can see that you're in the room, mate. Am I going to reverse it again? Bruh. Come on, Quando. I can see that you're green. You're live in the draft room. Quando, it is your pick. Great. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, you made the pick. Shea goes at number 2 after 3 auto picks. Lou, it is your pick. Wemby goes at 3. Now it is Alperen Bekci, who was here before. Let's see what move he makes here. Come on, guys. This is just annoying me to no end. Absolute annoyance. It's a fun time. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's fun times. It's good times, actually. It's even funner times to be good times. We get another auto? Bro! Make a pick. What is going on? You were here before. I'm about to scrap this whole bloody thing. Make the pick. I think we might be good to go now. I think Alperen is here, or the replacement for Alperen, which is not Alperen. My bad. Let's see. It's your pick. I'll give him a little bit of grace on this one. Rocky start. Let's hope that it goes well. Are we doing this again, are we? There's just no way. Okay. Oh, we're off. Luca, a non-auto pick. We are rolling. I hope. Irish Turk, your pick. I know you're there because you've been chatting in the chat. Giannis goes at 5. Now it's Yuki, who I asked before whether you were there, and you said you were there. So Yuki FC, I hope that's Yuki Matsui. It is your pick. I'm sure it's the other Yuki, the one that plays for the Bulls now. Cade at 6 is a little surprising. Reed by Reddington. All-round reversal benefits the top picks even more. No, not even close. If this Reed by Reddington guy isn't here this time, bro. All right, we'll kick him immediately if he doesn't pick. All right, well, this has been a miserable experience, but I think we're ready to go now. Let's resume the draft and hope that a pick gets made. He's only got... Oh, there he is. Anthony Davis. We're done. We're good. Paolo, your pick, don't... If you've left, I'm going to lose my... Which I understand, because it's been annoying. Anthony Edwards goes at 8. Anthony Davis at 7 is interesting. Jim Harden goes at 9. I think we might be rolling. I don't want to jinx it. I think we might be off and running. Adhami, are you still cracking? Are we ready? I hope everything is going according to plan. Also, I don't know about this guy who's using my face as his profile picture. That's, I don't know, sus. After Jim Harden is Trae Young at number 10, which is a relatively common way to go about it. This is the very weird area of the draft. I think Steph is in play here. I think Booker's in play. I don't think I would take Towns. I don't think I would take Trae, but they're all in play. Devin Booker goes at 11. It's a relatively common pick as well in that area. It's an interesting spot in a draft. Who is it now? Rebe, please. Do not... Oh, he didn't. The momentum continues. KD goes at 12. Have I seen KD go at 12 before? I don't know if I have. I don't mind it. It is risky, obviously, because he's a million years old and he's made out of cheese at times. But Steph goes at 13. I don't usually see Steph and Durant going ahead of Town, so that's a bit of an interesting development. Machiavelli, please. You've got 2 picks in a row here. I hope you are here. Oh, you are here. Let's actually go. I think everyone made their picks in the first round. It has been an annoying situation, but we might be off and running. I just got to make sure everyone knows. Now the order is straightforward. I think it's straightforward beforehand anyway. So it goes Towns and Mitchell at Towns and Mitchell at 14, 15. Now we're up to lose Alex, who just picked Steph Curry. And he goes with Tyrese Maxey. We are actually rolling. Can you believe it? I can't. Just miraculous stuff. LeBron at 17. I don't like LeBron that early. I don't want to trust a 41-year-old in this situation where there's potential unrest, I guess, with how he is feeling. I just don't want to do it in round 2. And people were critical of me not having LeBron in my top 25 for category leagues. Yes, I just don't want to trust a 41-year-old in round 2. Same as me not having Embiid there, or me not having Kawhi there, or Zion, or Morant, or whoever when you put there. Amen goes at 18. Bold, I'm for it. Scott Barnes at, what number was Barnesy? 19, and then Sabonis at 20. People steering away from me having Josh Giddey in this range, and they haven't picked him yet. I think somebody will. I will almost certainly pick Giddey if he's available for me at 28. LaMelo Ball goes at 21. Okay. Let's see about this. Who is the next pick here? Fantasy dude, your pick. Jalen Williams goes at 22. So I just think there is, after the top 5, which I think is pretty clear, then there's probably 6 or 7 guys that are close, and there's probably 20 guys you could consider for the next bunch of picks. That's why it's hard to have an idea of best available player, BPA, because who knows? Who knows? It's so up in the air with the value of all these guys that marginal tweaks to roles or projections or shooting numbers moves guys 10 spots easily. After the Bronco, Jalen Williams goes Evan Mobley, then goes the Delicate Dancer Alperen Şengün, Wow, do you think that Şengün going to Irish Turk is surprising? No, don't really think that. Jalen Brunson goes at 25. I think, my pick, I better lock in here. Jalen Johnson goes, that's late for Johnson. I would have snagged that. At 26, the big fella Jalen Johnson. And then Jaren Jackson goes, well, you know what? I've got to put my money where my mouth is. This has to be Josh Giddey for me. I'll take Josh Giddey at number 28. Also, remember, with that top 25 show yesterday, if I rank somebody at 17, again, doesn't matter. 17 could be 10, it could be 24. It's very much all over the place. It doesn't mean you have to pick them there. It doesn't mean that at all. If I have someone that you think is going in round 3, in round 2, you can take them in round 3. That's cool. You don't draft based on your rankings down a list. It's about snagging value where you can. It's about not being locked in on particular players or particular situations. If I've got to get this guy, I think he's 17th, and I have to get him here, it doesn't work. You're like, I think this guy's got some value. Oh, look at that. Josh Giddey slips me at 28. If I was at 17, I might have taken him. I might not have. I might have waited to see what would have gone on after that. After I took Giddey at 28, went Banchero at 29, Chet Holmgren at 30, and Tyler Hero 31, followed by Pascal Siakam at 32. My next pick is number 42. And I don't know, after taking Jokic and Giddey, am I in the risky business zone of a Zion? Kawhi? Probably not Kawhi. Almost certainly not Kawhi. Ja Morant? Got a little bit of water to go under the bridge here. I will throw Bam into my queue, JIC. We'll throw Jamal Murray in there. Dyson Daniels went at 33. Probably a little early for me. That's an interesting team. Obviously, they're going to be terrible at free throws. Actually, maybe not so much. Let me double check that. No, he's not, because he's got Trae Young, so that's interesting. So Bam Adebayo goes at 34, which is very reasonable. Mark Williams is someone that I rank in this area. It doesn't mean you have to pick him here because you don't have to. You can get Mark Williams way later. Unless someone goes, Cooper Flag at 35. Probably a bit early for me. I wouldn't want to do that. Especially when you're pairing him with LaMelo Ball the round before. Not that they're bad players. Obviously, they're good. But there's an unreliability with Ball and there's an uncertainty with Flag. There goes Jaylen Brown at 38, which is a much more reasonable spot than going into the 20s for him, which is where he is positioned on Yahoo. I think that's a much more reasonable area. De'Aaron Fox up at 37. Really hard. I can't complain about that. That's a solid enough pick in that area. I'm looking at guys like Brandon Miller. I will put Ja Morant into my queue. I will put Zion in there because I am intrigued with Zion. Now, my next pick after 42 is going to be 56, so will I get him there? Well, there goes the headmaster. Do I take Morant here? Do I take Brandon Miller? Do I take Derek White, who I am worried about end-of-season stuff for him? Do I take Austin Reeves? Ooh, I don't have to worry about taking Zion because Zion just went. I like the balls of it. And there goes Trey Murphy. So, what am I doing here at this pick? Brandon Miller projects really well for me. Jamal Murray is gone. I like Derek White here. I won't take him. I think I'm going to take... I'm going to take Denny Avdia there. I'm going to take Denny Avdia in that area. A few different options you could have gone with. That was me, pick 42. Brandon Miller, Ja Morant are two names at the top of my list, as with Mark Williams. Kawhi goes at 43. I'm just going to throw Williams into the queue. I've already got Morant in the queue. Derek White was also another name. In Roto, I would have snapped up Derek White without too much of a problem. Was he already gone? Did I miss Derek White? He did. He went. Franz Wagner at 44. Totally fine and reasonable pick. Kobe White's in the mix here. Vooch is in the mix here. Brandon Miller's the other guy I'm trying to find. Oh, there goes Austin Reeves, who I would have taken earlier. Interesting, Brandon Miller is falling a bit. I don't know what the huge skepticism is on him. Now, when I look at my picks, is anyone particularly risky? Jokic, Giddey, Avdia? Not really. No real health risks. I don't think there's huge tank risks with the Blazers or the Bulls. You might say that you're taking them at ceiling value. I don't agree with that. I think both Giddey and Avdia can actually be better than this. As much as I do think a lot of what they did last season is fake. And I think you're all well aware that when I'm projecting Giddey and Avdia, I'm not taking what they did for the final 2 months of last season and projecting that out because I've told you that it's fake. All the reasons I've told you that it's fake. I've brought all their stuff back from there. And that's still where I have them. After Austin Reeves, we went to Miles Turner at 46. Then Embiid at 47. Porzingis 48. Butler 49. What a run that is. Embiid, Porzingis, Butler. Porzingis is an intriguing one. I think they'll be pretty lenient on his minutes. Not lenient. I think they'll be pretty strict in terms of limiting his minutes and back-to-back. So I like Porzingis. I think his value is going to be good. I don't think that I want him quite there. And I 100%, whoever picked him then, don't want Jarrett Allen there. Absolutely no way would I take Jarrett Allen there. I think that's maybe a little early for Zubats. Maybe. I know that it's at, pick 51, and you're going to tell me he was 12th last season by totals or something. Wasn't, but that's what some may say. Levine at 52 is early for me. Bane at 53 is marginally early. Ja Morant is good value from you, Freaky Lou, but I don't like you pairing... Oh, Jesus Christ, that Josh Hart pick. Brandon Miller's still there, so I'm just going to take Brandon Miller there. I hate that Josh Hart pick. I hate it at 55. Morant at 54 is one that I would have considered there. I think that's a pretty solid pick. The next one I want to be able to get, which is for me at pick 70, is Mark Williams. I am pretty sure he won't last back to me. Darius Garland at 57 is not good for one particular reason. He's not healthy to start the season. We have seen in previous years that when Garland is healthy or not healthy, his production is bad and it takes a while to get up. And I'm a little concerned about that. So I wouldn't have taken him there. But we're also in the stage where, am I going to take a team where I've got Giddey, Avdia, and Vooch? Jesus, imagine that happens. Darius Garland, Julius Randle at 58. Reasonable pick, like it. The other one for me here is going to be Kobe White. And if I don't get Mark Williams, I'm going to be grabbing Jakob Poeltl with my pick, I think. So I got a few. I do want to get a center because I don't have one. And my team has not strong blocks. Let's put it that way. Good assists, good rebounds, good points. Solid free throws. Jalen Duren got auto-picked there. Is this guy left? I'm not rebooting it now. Bro. Rebate. What are you doing, man? There goes Vooch. So that dream is over. Damn. Most of these picks, I'm not going to... I call out things that I think are weirdly low or weirdly high. But a lot of the stuff is relatively straightforward. Well, not even relatively straightforward. It's like, okay, there are solid enough ranges for a lot of these guys to go. We're never going to nitpick 4 spots, 5 spots, usually. Anunoby at 62, I think is a pretty good pick. I think Peyton Pritchard, that's interesting for Quickly. I do like Quickly, and I do think there is a bounce back for Quickly. I'm not sure... I'm not sure that that's quite the right spot. Kobe White went. That's annoying. Marketing went. People buying into, I guess, Eurobasket stuff. And I do hope he's able to produce like that. I am skeptical, but we'll see. Miles Bridges at 66. Oh, my Mark Williams dream is alive here. I think Freaky Lou's going to take him. I'm just going to throw a Kongwu into the queue as well. But the dream is alive. Which I didn't. There goes DeRozan at 67. Fine. Probably wouldn't have done it, but fine. Did Kobe White go? Yeah, he did. Oh, of course you did, Freaky Lou. How did I know you were going to do that? I just had a feeling, didn't I? Let's take Jakob Poeltl then as my center. I was going to say I don't have a center. I do have a center. I've got Jokic, but I meant more of a shot blocker, which is where I bring Poeltl into that spot. Of course Mark Williams went. That is... I think incredible value to get Mark Williams at that spot. I know that he's got health concerns. Not really that worried about it at pick 68. So I took Poeltl at 70. Van Vliet goes at 71. Okay. I don't know how you're viewing this all-round reversal and the way that it is evening up the teams. I think it is. I think it's making things pretty even across the board. Which is exactly what you want. Jalen Green, yeah, I'm going to tell you, I hate that. What are we doing at 72? just not enough for me. Not good enough at that spot. One of the other guys that I have projected really high is Peyton Pritchard. So he's going into the queue. Very good DeAndre Ayton pick. That's a nice spot for Ayton, as much as we might dislike him at times, all the time. It's a good pick there. Jordy Poole at 74 is also a pretty good pick. I do like that. I got Peyton Pritchard, and I'm going to throw Asar Thompson just into the queue as well, just in case. Someone said the lag is coming back. I have not noticed that, but I hope that is not true. Hartenstein at 70... What is it, 75? Bro, if this lags out again, I'm going to be so annoyed. Pritchard's going to be my pick. What is going on? I hope this is not actually happening. Oh, he took Pritchard. Of course he did. Of course he did. Peyton Pritchard, the one that I wanted. Okay. I'll readjust. Is now Parlor's pick. Rudy Gobert goes at 77. He's building a very interesting team. I love when people do things where I go, oh, I don't know if I agree with any of your picks, but let's see what happens. I love it. Because, I don't know. I don't know how things are going to work out. I'm going to throw Paul George into my queue. Throw Michael Porter in there. I do my best to try and figure out how things are going to work out in the most likely scenarios, but some people just have different opinions. I love that. It's great. Mikal Bridges at 76. 79, sorry. Okongwu 78. We're a little early for Okongwu, but I'm not going to be totally against it. I hate that I'm going to always, it seems like, be put in the position to take Brandon Ingram. I'm not. Someone took him. Thanks, Matt, because I was going to consider it and I didn't want to. Oh, that is early. Khalil Ware at 82. Wow. All right. That feels early. Now it's my pick. Naz Reid, also early, especially when I can be doing something else in this spot. What am I doing? I don't really know. Who am I going to pick here? I'm going to take the poop cookie. Oh, I hate that pick immediately. Michael Porter at 84. I don't think I like it. I don't like that pick. Should have taken a chance on Paul George, I think. Yeah, I don't like that pick. Ooh, all right. That's okay. I am going to be... I do like Matas Bazalis around this range. Oh, Bradley Beal was one that I considered. Okay. So after Porter went Beal. Paul George. Honestly, there is actually pretty large upside with Paul George there. And then Asar Thompson, which was obviously someone who I had at the top of my queue. And I was considering, I've got Shaden Sharp, Buzelis, and Kamara in my queue at the moment. I'm going to throw the thick Hogsman, Toby Harris in there too. Not that that's particularly exciting, but we will throw it in there. What positional stuff do I need? A forward and a guard and flex. No, I'm good then. I'm good. Oh, Kamara goes. I think my team is probably lacking a little bit in scoring now at the moment. So that's part of why I did lean into Porter there, just to boost that back up. Cam Johnson is next. I'm not gonna answer big questions like that in the middle of a mock draft, man. Sorry. Andy Wiggins at 90. Yeah, I think Wiggins is probably being a little bit undervalued at the moment. I'm also going to throw an injured guy in my queue just for later on. And that's Zach Edey. And Kevin Porter is going in there because, you know. Shaden Sharp at 91. Another one who was in my queue. I do think I'm going to end up with Buzalis here. Who else am I looking at down here? We are getting into John Collins territory. Scoot Henderson territory. We're running out of scoring though. So if you do want to be competitive in scoring, you're gonna need to address it, and that is part of why I had Shaden Sharp there. Norman Powell at 92. I'm not going to be too hating on that, especially when I'm talking about the fact that scoring is drying up, and Powell does that. Klingon at 93. Again, totally reasonable. Oh, Bazelis just goes, shit. Do I take Harris or do I take the assists points upside of Kevin Porter? Or do I even have a choice? D'Angelo Russell's an interesting pick for your 7th guy because he could be useless by the end of the season, but I think it's probably a little early. I think it's early for Suggs. Now my decision comes. Do I take Kevin Porter here? I think, oh God, I hate it, but I'm at pick 100. I got double the Porters. And somehow that just makes your team way, way, way more annoying. But oh well. Anthony Simon's going at 99. I think that's a little early. There goes John Collins, who I was just about to throw in the queue. I'm going to throw Vassell in my queue. Throw Eason, McCullum in there. Keegan's going to go in there. Ben Mathurin, Pajemski, Herbie Jones. You'll notice no one's taken the 2 big injury names, and they are Kyrie and DeJounte, and I don't think they should. Especially, the one I would take earlier is DeJounte. I think he's going to return before Kyrie, but I also don't know. Draymond Green goes at 101, and that is probably good value. I do want Edey. Well, there goes the Thick Hogsman at 102. I like that. I do want Edey. I just wish I had confidence that he was going to be back. And my next pick is 112, which is my 8th pick, which makes it a little bit harder. Cam Thomas at 103. So people souring a little bit on him after the qualifying offer, which I understand. I think that's reasonable. 104 is Pajemski. I think that the top of this queue has Christian Brown, which I'm not super into there. I don't think it's terrible. Like, let's be clear, but I'm not super into that. Vassell's got a lot of question marks. There goes Aaron Gordon, which I think is solid. I don't know that there's much upside, but he did turn into a really reliable shooter somehow last season. I don't really know how that transpired, but it did. To me, like, I think I'm going to... Edey's projection for me is just so good at this spot. Whether he gets to me or not, I don't know. There goes Mathurin, there goes Brown, but how much time is he missing? DeAndre Hunter at 108. Actually, it's not terrible. I think there are other guys I would have had. There goes Vassell. Again, a little bit of uncertainty in the role, but it's probably all right. I think I am going to take Edey in this spot. I've got a flex spot. That's going to give me a 3rd center. It's going to be... Because we are going to get to a stage here where it's just going to be center, and they're all going to go. If they haven't all already, and he is probably the guy. Otherwise, I'm going to be left with Cater. There goes Claxton. My guy, Quando Rondo, please don't do it with Edey. I know you're going to. I have to readjust on the fly. Oh, Rowan Barrett went. Good. Bad pick. I don't... All right, let's take Edey. It's at 112. He is injured to start the season, but I'm good with it. CJ McCollum is going to be trash, I think, at the end of the season because he's going to be playing for the Wizards. So I think his role is going to be sizably reduced. Herb Jones is obviously someone I had in the queue, so I like it there. Tari Eason should be around this area too. I think Dante DiVincenzo is a good option for us as well. So I'm going to just queue him up. I don't know whether he starts over Conley, but I think we do get a little bit more out of Dante this season versus last season. All right. There will be news on Locked On Fantasy Basketball coming, guys. I'm really struggling to figure out how I want to do the format because, again, it is not going to be the same as last season. So I'm just struggling to come to a conclusion on exactly what we're going to do with it. But there will be something coming, don't worry. Keegan Murray goes. It was an auto pick, but that's okay. Who is the next pick? Keontae George. I don't know why Jason Tatum has an ADP of 100 on... Yeah, that's another auto pick. Oh, guys, why are we auto picking? Anyway, whatever. I don't mind that pick of Keontae there. I think that was probably out of his queue. Bobby Portis at 117, which normally I wouldn't like. Dennis Schroeder at 118. Yeah, I don't like that. Ugh, yuck. I tell you who is a guy we need to be looking at here is Jaden Ivey. There goes Kyrie at 120. I just don't get it. It's your 9th pick. I know I took Edey, right, who's injured, but Kyrie tore his ACL in March. It's just a waste of your 9th pick. I think that's a total waste. DeJounte's a better pick there. DiVincenzo goes. All right, that's going to move, I think, Ivy up to the top of my list, although Easton is looking good there. There goes Derek Lively, also injured to start the season. Probably will be back, but I don't know. Who else have I got that's... I'm not quite into full flyer zone here. Drew Holiday, I like that pick from you, Matt. I think they are going to play Drew enough for that to be a useful selection. I got Ivy or Eason. I'm going to get one of those two guys. I think I'll go... Oh, how's my steals and blocks looking? Steals aren't that good, actually. Or I can't take Eason anyway. So someone just took him. Let's just take Ivy. Bilal, yeah, I wouldn't do that at 127. I think Bilal, he might be bad. I don't know. He might be bad. But that's... I guess we can see how it improves. I did take Jaden Ivey with my 9th pick. PJ Washington is a... It's a pick. It's definitely a pick. I just don't know where he plays. I mean, he's going to play, but enough? We'll see. Jabari Smith goes. Okay. We're getting into flyer territory here. We're also getting into the stage where you can take Stephon Castle. That is a flyer. I'm going to put Kuminga in my queue. I got no idea what the resolution is with him. But it's going to be my 10th pick, so let's see. There goes Isaiah Collier, who, I don't know. I'm not sure. Might be also worth chucking some Celtics bigs in there, just to see how they look. Scott Pippen goes at 132. I do like that. I actually like that probably more than the Collier pick. Although, Memphis is pretty weird. I don't really know how they're going to run that rotation. Another name to... Oh, Jay Huff. I like that. That's a very strong pick for Huffy. That's good from you. Parlor. I don't know what I was saying then. DeJounte Murray. Dude, why? You can't do that, fantasy dude. In a head-to-head league, you can't take Kyrie and DeJounte with 2 of your starter slots, locking up 2 of your injured slots until February or March. You've lost... No offense, that's lost you a league to do that. You can't do that. That's bad process, I think. Wendell Carter Ricochet, which I do like that pick of Ricochet there. Wendell Carter, 136. It is my 10th pick, Alex Caruso. We know he's going to be limited upside-wise, just because of the way they play his minutes. But, there goes Keyshawn George. Do I take the... I don't know what to do here. Do I take the Kuminga shot? Taylor Hendricks. Didn't think I'd see that name off the board here. Because I'm looking at these names, and there's nothing I'm like... I got Malik Monk, maybe. Filipowski, maybe. Alright. I'm just taking Kuminga. I have no idea where he's playing. None whatsoever. But I'll take that chance there. I will throw Monk into the queue. I will throw Filipowski in there. I will throw Gafford in there. Who are some other names that I'm going to look at? Oh, that's the other one I wanted. Jovic. I don't think he's going to... Well, there goes Gafford. I don't think Jovic is going to start. I think it's going to be Ware, but I don't know. I'm intrigued. I also think that Bub Carrington might actually be bad, but there is starting point guard upside there, so we'll do it. And that actually, as much as we can hate Kyle Kuzma, I think it's a good pick at that spot. I don't like the PJ Washington pick before that, but the Kuzma pick there is very strong. It's reasonable. Sexton at 143 is like whatever. It's fine. The other one I want to take a crack at here is Fanderpants Kevin Huerter. I don't know whether he starts in Chicago, but if he does, there's a little something there. Bub Carrington's gone. Do I take the Celtics flyer, the Cater or the Boucher or even Gaza? Filipowski, like Utah's such a weird team, man. Their roles are so all over the place. I don't know if Filipowski starts. I don't know what his usage is like. Does it spike later in the year? Probably. No one's taken Ace Bailey yet or any other rookie. As far as I can remember, it's just Flag. No Harper. Adem Bona, is that the Embiid team? Let's have a look. It is not the Embiid team. Okay. But he needed to be taken. I think Clay at Pickle in round 11 is just a waste. I don't really know the point of it. TJ McConnell, 148. We are getting to the stage, though, where you have to take Malik Monk. What's going on here? Filipowski going, this has to be Monk. As much as I think Monk's not going to do anywhere near what he did last season, this has to be Monk, surely. That's who I'm taking if it gets to my pick. Sam Hauser. Okay. Thank you, Matt. Very good value from you. Not thank you because you took him from me, but that's solid. Now I don't know what I do. Just scrolling. Nothing really. It's okay. Isaiah Jackson goes. Cam Whitmore goes. Do we just take Cater? I don't know. No, let's take Namesh. The Pastel de Nata. Ayodosumu is a very low upside pick there. I'm not going to be too hateful on it, but it is very low upside. I am going to throw Cole Anthony. So you're hedging against the Kevin Porter Jr. pick, which I get. I like that idea of that. I'm putting Ace Bailey into my queue again, just in case. I think he might be actually terrible for category leagues. And I don't think I'm going to end up picking him. But I just want his name there. I'll throw Harper in there as well. This is Grayson Allen, also a weird name. Jeremy Grant, okay. All right, I just can't. I don't think I can bring myself to do it. I don't think I can bring myself to draft him. What about? I know he's not going to be like last. Well, there's Grimes. I was going to put him in my queue. It almost everything he did was great. I loved it. But how? How are you? I don't know. I guess it's George is not there and Embiid is hurt again. Maybe. He's an interesting pick. We're in deep flyer territory here. Deep, as you can see by the look of my queue. Karis LeVert, 160. Tell to find funny. All right, here's a chat. So we all know. Let's put it into our queue, right? We all say that it's all there in a queue. But in America, from what I understand, and the 12 to 15 times that I've been there, if you guys are going somewhere and you have to stand behind a person to line up for something, you don't call that a queue. You call that a line, correct? You don't call it a queue, even though it is a queue. And that's what the rest of the English-speaking world calls it, a queue. We're joining the queue. You're queuing up. You're in the queue. But for fantasy drafts, we call it a queue. But if you're at the bank, if you're at a ride at Disneyland, it's a line, not a queue. Just struck me. Levert, Budrick Heald, Lonzo Ball, I like the pick. Chris Paul is interesting. Jalen Wells is whatever. Is it upsidey? I don't know. He didn't really bring much for fantasy last season, Jalen Wells, apart from playing minutes. The other name to consider here, and I don't like that, I don't like considering him. Is Oubre, is he going to somehow continue to survive despite being bad? Mr. Diabate, good pick. Kalkbrenner, good pick. So that's your Bona gone. That is... Oh, I took Cater. Let's take Boucher. So I think Boucher won't play centre. I think he's got a chance at power forward, where Sam Hauser is. He is also bad, and I'd be happy to move on from him. But I wanted to just sort of cover both of those possibilities. Bro, who's this guy I've got in my queue here? C. McGriff. That's not a real person. Who is C. McGriff? I don't know if you can see it. It's probably underneath my face on the screen. Bro, let's move him out of there. Oubre is going to be my next pick if it actually gets back that far. There goes Dylan Harper, followed by Ace Bailey. No Big Areola yet. Concanipple still not drafted. No Kaman Malwatch, which I don't think you should be drafting him. No Eve Meese is a little surprising that no one's picked him yet. And a little surprising that no one's gone McCain or Alice. I will throw Keon Alice into my queue. I'll also throw Mitch Robinson in there. And Ty Jerome. And Sohan. And Davion. There goes Chris Middleton, which is a good pick. No Yegor Nyoman, who also has to go in these rounds. Oh, actually, there's a lot available here. Leaky Beasley. I don't think Malik Beasley's playing this season, guys. And by the way, he was not cleared in the gambling investigation. His lawyer put out something, but it wasn't true. Brook Lopez, there goes Robinson 172. Brook Lopez 173. We're obviously getting deeper here. I'll throw Trey Johnson in the queue. I don't think that he's going to be able to do enough or have a good enough fantasy game to matter. I'm also going to put Al Horford in there. Well, there goes Jovic, who I had in my queue rounds ago. Mr. Black. Ty Jerome goes at 175. Marcus Smart. Just quietly, just throw him in there. We're getting down this list now. Do I go back to back Celtics big man? I don't think I will. I won't throw Luka Garza in there. Well, this draft, after an absolutely brutal start with glitches and autos and wow, Malik Beasley doesn't play for a team and I don't think he's going to. That's just a wild pick. I don't know why you would pick him. Keon Ellis, yeah, that's really good at 177. Yeah, he slid way too far. Rui Hachimura is normally not a big Rui guy, as I'm sure you're well aware. That's fine at that spot. Reed Shepherd, don't know about that one. I think I'm going to pick Oubre here. Is he an upside guy? Like, at 180, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty big upside. Ryan Dunn goes next. Or do I have to go Yeoman? Young Hun Sen goes. All right, I'm taking Kelly Oubre. And I hope to get Yeoman on the way back around. Upside is an interesting term. We can say Kelly Oubre is 29 or 30 years old and we've seen him play before. True. Is he a real upside guy? I don't know. But at 180, could he be 110th? That's upside. That's so much value, especially when we're talking a 14-man league. So it all becomes relative. Like even Lou Dort, who I don't like at that spot, is pretty good. So it goes Edgecombe, then it goes Dort, then it goes Yeoman, which is a really solid pick there. I'm also surprised that Meese or McCain have not gone yet. So I wonder what Josh's face looked like drafting Kelly Oubre. Like my own normal face. Ugly as shit. But also I explained why. Gaz Trenner. Oh, you know who is a sneaky little pick at this spot? Jacob Toppin. No, the other one. Obert Toppin. We're also... Oh, is Davion my guy? I don't know here. Brycey Sensabaugh, almost no chance it works out, but I actually think it's a very solid, smart upside pick. Dick. I don't know how we get enough Dick this season, but we're all asking for it. So why not? Gershon Yabusele. He'll have a lot of those backup minutes there. There goes the big areola, Concadipple. Actually, look, I didn't know how we'd go here, a 14-team league, but we're sitting here in round 14 of a 14-man league in the 190s, and I could take Herder, Gaza, Grayson Allen, Sohan, Davion Mitchell, Trey Johnson, Marcus Smart, Obi Toppin, Al Horford just went. There's actually quite a lot here. And these are the sort of guys that in a standard league are just going to be your cycle through waiver wire guys. So always remember, there is lots of guys on the waiver wire you're going to be able to use, plus the other 30 guys that I haven't even mentioned here that'll pop up out of nowhere. Mo Wagner, that's horrendous. I don't know why we do that. Moses Moody, again, Wagner's not good. He might be third string and he's out with an ACL. Don't really get that, but whatever. Obi Toppin goes, well, I guess I'm not picking him. So who do I pick with this last pick? It doesn't really matter. You can see all my guys there. I'll go through them. Herder, Gaza, Grayson Allen, Sohan, Davion Mitchell, Trey Johnson, Marcus Smart. I am going to throw Davion Mitchell onto that team for their last pick. There's just a lot of guys left, which I think is a very good illustration to understand the ability to stream, the way that your last picks in drafts should be considered throwaways, where you're hitting for upside only, not drafting a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope because you got him at 140 and he might be 135th. That doesn't matter. It's about, look at the guys that could be there. I could have taken Goga Badadze or Grayson Allen or Valanciunas to back up Jokic, or Kevin Herter probably should have been drafted. Daron Sharp, Bruce Brown, Josh Minor, probably not. Who else have we got? You can see the rest. They've got Ryan Rollins, Aaron Wiggins, Yves Missi, Jeremy Sohan. There's quite a few interesting names still available here. So my team, I started with pick 1 in an all-round reversal draft. Davion Mitchell over Tatum? Surely you're taking the piss. I hope so anyway. So I started with Jokic in all-round reversal, 14-man league, meaning I had pick 1 and then 28, 42, 56, 70. So I went Jokic. And then I went Giddey, Avdia, Brandon Miller, Jakob Poeltl, Michael Porter, Kevin Porter, Zach Edey, Jaden Ivey, John Kuminga, Nemesh Kader, Chris Boucher, Kelly Oubre, and Davion Mitchell. All right, that is the team. There were a lot of false starts in this draft, which I'm annoyed at, but we got through there. We're there in the end. So now what you can do is you can hit subscribe, you can thumb it up, you can hype the video as well. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.